Today, we're going to talk about the topic I think every woman age 35 plus wants to talk about. Today, we're talking about your metabolism. Tell me if you can relate to this. You hit like a mid 30s, right? Maybe 40s, and your metabolism just goes to hell in a handbasket. Everything that you used to do is no longer working. You're starting to experience weight gain and a laundry list of other symptoms that just came out of nowhere. You're eating the same way, you're working out the same way, and nothing is working. It's got to be because your metabolism is just kicked the bucket. The only thing the women before us are telling us is, wait till you get to my age, it just gets better. Very sarcastic, completely unhelpful, and also untrue. I'm Andrea Nichols. I am the owner of Pilates Cure, obviously a Pilates instructor, and also a certified personal trainer with a specialization in fitness, nutrition, and behavior change. It's not your metabolism, and we're going to break that down. Okay, it has been scientifically proven that your metabolism doesn't actually start to slow down until you're in your 60s. So what gives? Why are you having all these symptoms? Because there are changes that happen in your body around age 30. Around age 30 is where it's pretty common for you to start to lose muscle mass at a percentage of like 3 to 8%. So multiply that by a couple decades, it's a pretty significant amount. So what happens when you lose the muscle mass? Why does that lead to all these other symptoms? Because your muscles require a certain amount of food. And this is where I think it gets a little confusing and why people just assume it's their metabolism. But that misinformation prevents you from finding the correct solution. It's not a metabolism thing, it's a muscle thing. So around age 30, it's common for women to start losing between 3 and 8% of their body muscle mass. That muscle requires a certain amount of caloric intake, meaning just to be on your body, that muscle requires a certain amount of food. When you lose that muscle, that need for food is gone. It's not an issue of your metabolism slowing down. It's an issue of you're losing muscle so that you don't have that same caloric need anymore. There's a whole nother post we could talk about with cutting calories. That's not the answer. That is not the answer at all. That's going to lead you to other symptoms that, trust me, you are not going to want to experience. So the solution has to be found in how do we prevent that muscle loss? I said it was common. That doesn't mean it has to happen. There's a lot of things that happen in this world that are common, that are not necessary. Muscle mass is one of them. You don't have to lose 3 to 8% every year, but you have to know the game, right? The rules of the game change once you hit about age 30, and it just is what it is. Like it or not, doesn't matter. Learn to play the game and learn to play it well. Part of that equation is going to be you need to start adding resistance training to your weekly workouts twice a week. Even if you've never done it before, the need hasn't been the same. The need is there now. If you don't want to lose your muscle mass, you have to add resistance training to prevent that from happening. Now, I love Pilates. I think everybody should be doing Pilates, but you also need to be doing free weights or resistance training of some sort, where you're picking heavy things up and putting them back down over and over again. We need muscle growth. Okay, so I like free weights. Free weights for me are great because they're easy to use. You don't need a spotter. They don't take up a lot of room in your house. They're fairly inexpensive, and they a lot of times mimic functional movement. If you're at all interested in learning more about the science behind the muscle mass loss, more about how to feed your body and how to rest your body and how to train your body over the age of 30, especially if you're a busy mom, maybe who works out of the home, maybe who doesn't matter. I know as a mom, you're still busy as all get out and you're thinking, how can I add one more thing to my plate? And my newest program, Stronger, is for you. We're going to dive into all of this, and I'm going to give you a simple plan along with some mindset, tangible things you can do to change so that you don't have to experience that 3 to 8% muscle loss every year. It's not rocket science, y'all. You just got to know the rules of the game. And it's certainly not your metabolism. And please, for the love of all things holy, stop saying, wait until you get to my age, because that's really annoying, not helpful, and generally untrue. Thanks so much for being here, and I hope to see you soon in Stronger.